Welcome back. Let's look at a few aspects and transits of March 2026. The month begins with a Moon-Mars opposition in Leo and Aquarius respectively, whilst Venus is in a harmonious aspect with Uranus after a conjunction with Mercury, newly retrograde in Pisces. Stable partnerships and relationships find fresh ways of engagement through revisiting old patterns. Surprises await those with secrets. The full moon lunar eclipse at 12:13 degrees of Virgo on the 3rd shines a light on what's safe, clean, and healthy versus what has to go to create space for the new. The friendly aspect to Jupiter retrograde in Cancer allows for flow, all things felt. Sticking to a routine and surrendering to faith might seem like contraries, but work very well together. Pursuing purity and perfection comes off at first as criticism, but finds a nourishing solution in the long run. Digestive issues are likely. Caution with speed and surgeries around this time. Venus moves into Aries on the 6th, but is under Mars's rulership, currently in Pisces. They are in mutual reception and therefore a duo. Venus has to adapt to military tactics, but with consideration for the other, as the Sun forms a trine with Jupiter, bringing compassion, peace, spiritual activism, and expansion to the forefront. Mercury Cassini in the middle of Pisces knows exactly what to do to maximize opportunities to favor many, if not all, through close relationships. Questions on fate, emotions, and spirituality seek answers up to around the time. Challenging personal limits, restrictions, boundaries, and power games, forces facing fears, evolution, and transformation. Good leadership, self-mastery, creativity, and working with the right communities yield intelligence and service influence, normal routines that shift with worldly changes. Venus meets with Neptune, making it a good time for love, imagination, entertainment, and creativity, drawn to a taste of revenge and the color red. By the 8th, Saturn and Venus conjunction rewards discipline and responsibility and punishes the lack of. Commitments are highly likely. Loss of money and feminine support too. With the moon in Scorpio, watch on investments. On the 11th, Jupiter goes direct in the middle of Cancer as the moon squares the nodes and moves from Sagittarius to Capricorn. A fresh perspective on home, childhood, and motherhood leads to expansion, especially where there's structure. Mars meets with the North Node on Friday the 13th, receiving emotional, spiritual, and intuitive direction on the collective's path that may require aggressive action to be revisited by Mercury on the 15th. The Moon meets with Pluto on the same day and picks a side before a disruption on the 16th. The new moon in Pisces, in a friendly aspect to Uranus, finds a breakthrough through forgiveness and compassion. Emotional flow, spiritual connection, and downloads are highly likely with Mercury stationing to go direct on the North Node, just as his Sun sextiles Uranus through the 19th. The Northern Hemisphere spring equinox is ushered by the Sun's ingress into Aries, closing in on Neptune as the Moon moves into Taurus, forming a tense aspect to Pluto. The zodiac year begins on a disillusioned note as the individual takes a big step back from the group to find its own comfort zone. The Sun moves positive results through the end of the month. Projects that were started during the Saturn-Pluto conjunction of 2020 see progress where effort, time, and power were wisely used. What's outdated leaves or adapts to the new era with the Moon on the South lunar node. Venus's ingress into her humble abode on the 31st makes love and finds treasure easier than before, despite health or work concerns.